College, memories of people and significant times in our lives. Our campus rocked on the evening of February 6th, 2000.
This is Fox 61 News at 10.
It's named after William Jennings Bryan from the Scopes monkey trial. But tonight, a fire has seriously damaged the college in Dayton. Now investigators are trying to find out what caused it.
Your news. First at 10. Fox 61 News starts now.
Good evening, I'm Scotty Goodman. Thanks for joining us. We have some breaking news to tell you about. First on Fox tonight, firefighters are still on the scene after a blaze at Bryan College in Dayton. It started around 6 o'clock tonight in the main administrative building.
Is News Channel 9 Weekend.
You are looking at live pictures of the fire at Bryan College that just rekindled after hours of work by firefighters to contain the blaze that has torn apart years of history. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. Headlining our news, folks shaking their heads in disbelief, watching a piece of history go up in flames right before their eyes. The administration building on the campus of Bryan College in Dayton, Tennessee, caught fire around 6 o'clock tonight. The historic college school is located on Mercer Drive.
Hi, I'm Bill Brown, president of Bryan College. On February 6th, just a couple of weeks ago, a fire destroyed most of the administration building of Bryan College. Most of you were aware of that. You heard it on the local or national news. Well, we wanted to rush this video to you to give you a piece of that action, to let you see what happened. In fact, we're going to take you back to that night to relive that awesome tragedy. We're going to tell you a little bit about what's happened since then as well, and tell you our hopes and dreams and plans for the future. We wanted you to experience this with us again. So before we do that, let's go back to some of the original footage, some of the last footage actually that was shot in the administration building on Bryan College.
Some of the scenes you are seeing were shot during Homecoming 1999. More than a quarter of Bryan's alumni returned to campus, celebrating significant strides made by their alma mater and rekindling relationships from their college years. That brief period when we make so many significant life decisions. Many came with the goal of seeing a particular faculty member, that one who poured so much into their life. Today's faculty, on average, have invested more than a decade of their life in Bryan College. Close relationships between faculty and students have long been a theme of campus life. In recent years, Bryan's academic quality has also been gaining increasing notice, ranked by U.S. News and World Report as a top liberal arts college for 6 consecutive years. Thanks to broad academic preparation in the humanities, natural sciences, social sciences, and the Bible, Bryan seniors have scored above the 90 percentile in national standardized exam. In 1999, Bryan's teacher education students achieved the highest scores of any university in Tennessee on the NTE Praxis exam. Academic excellence and cutting-edge technology focused through a biblical worldview. These distinguish Bryan's mission of educating students to become servants of Christ to make a difference in today's world. Perhaps it was so much positive momentum that made Sunday night, February 6th, all the more stunning.
More than 100 firefighters battle a blaze at Bryan College. Despite their best efforts, the administration building there burns more than 8 hours.
The third floor of Bryan College in Dayton appears to be gone. The fire started around 6 o'clock, and many students had just left the library, which closed an hour earlier.
We looked around, we didn't see anything, but on my way back in, I happened to look at the admin building, and there was smoke coming out from the top. And one of the girls from our dorm called 911, and then glass started breaking and smoke started coming out everywhere.
At one point, the blaze seemed under control as firefighters contained it to the third floor. Then, without warning, it attacked again. Some students attended the school because their parents went here. Now, they must find the words to explain what has happened.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. It has been a devastating 23 hours for students and faculty at Bryan College in Dayton, Tennessee.
About 6 o'clock last night, an inferno destroyed part of the school library, most of its classrooms, and the administration offices. Fortunately, nobody was injured. But some historic documents and books of the famous Scopes trial might have been lost forever.
If this footage is difficult for you to comprehend, consider those who stood beyond the fire line, staring, praying, hoping for the best. As the fire raged for what seemed to be an eternity, many buildings would have been completely lost in 5 hours, yet the concrete and steel construction of the administration building in the end limited the fire to the 3rd floor. While the fire raged, one student told the media, "We should feel privileged to have this opportunity to glorify God through such a disaster." Yet that didn't prevent a sense of despair as the fire jumped from one room to another, then another and another and another. When the fire swept its way to the end of the building, the library was completely engulfed in flames. Hearts fell further as burning embers illuminated the stairwell behind the thick glass blocks. Only later we would understand how God snuffed the flames on the basement landing.
Firefighters think it sparked on the 3rd floor near the chemistry lab. Crews from all over the Tennessee Valley are fighting the fire, but they're having a hard time getting it out. There were a few people in the building, but they all got out safely. They weren't able to save many of the desks, chairs, and other things in the classrooms. The college is estimating 70% to a total loss on the building.
In time, the intense emotions of these images gave way to calm. Driven to our knees on the Triangle Sunday night, we were in position to offer worship to our Lord Monday morning.
The fire has not only affected faculty and staff, as you might imagine, campus activities and classes. Bryan College students also spent a long night watching part of their campus burn, wondering what exactly they'll do next. What they did this morning was pray. There were different prayers of a different kind this morning, but they also worshiped, thanked God, no one got hurt, even laughed. Bryan College students are a breed of their own. Bryan College students worshiped this morning, thankful that no one was hurt.
Thank you so much for giving us the chance to face this adversity, Lord.
They prayed, and they laughed. Perspective on life is changing on the Bryan College campus. Students walked around their burned building all day, reflecting on the things lost.
For me, personally, it was a good experience, a good reminder that things are just temporary in this world, and that our faith and our hope is in something beyond.
There's no life lost in this, and that's what was important. We lost a lot of stuff, irreplaceable stuff, but like Dr. Brown said, it's just stuff, and we're all still here.
They're a resilient bunch. Students actually built this administration building over the course of 20 years. Today, students rolled up their sleeves again, unloading sheetrock for whatever tasks lie before them, like graduating for the seniors.
Well, luckily we're still the semester's not canceled, so we'll still have school, which is a good thing. We get to graduate on time.
Their classrooms may not be here, but they will be here for each other.
This campus is pretty much a family. We'll be there for each other, and we'll get through it.
And as Mark mentioned, nearby churches and Chattanooga State will be offering space for the classes to begin again tomorrow, and lists will be posted for those students so they know exactly where to go. And the college community also asked for your prayers, especially for wisdom in how to proceed.
They came together this morning for a prayer service. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Dana Rice was also there, and she has the story. From the chorus of more than 550 voices came a song of hope.
It's amazing the feeling you get. You could feel God in there. I mean, he was just ever present all around. It was really moving, very moving.
Just hours after fire ripped through their school administration building, the students come together to decide what comes next.
We have much to thank God for.
Started out, my grandparents sent my dad here. He met my mom here. Both of my sisters have gone. All my aunts and uncles have gone. My cousins have all gone. All my sisters, both my sisters met their husbands here.
Gone are the classrooms where Sherry Hogriff and her family took tests, the library where they studied, and the offices their teachers called home.
the one thing that makes me the most sad is the professors that have their work up there, 30 years of research of their life. I mean, I feel so bad for them. I mean, they care so much about the students here.
And the students say dealing with some temporary inconveniences is easier than dealing with grief.
It's just stuff to us. I mean, it's valuable stuff that we lost, but it's not people as far as we know, and so that really is what matters to us.
Classes will begin again tomorrow. For now, they will be held in other campus buildings, but several churches in the area and Chattanooga State have offered their facilities as well.
Early on, cleanup was slowed as workers made certain that chemicals in the science labs were properly contained. Then came the tedious process of sifting through debris, cleaning away artifacts representing more than 50 years of history. The stairwell outside the library tells the story of how God blocked the flames from spreading to the second and first floors, preserving the rest of the building from total loss. By God's grace, the roof collapsed so that the embers fell to the first floor, leaving the second floor carpet virtually untouched. With water pooling at the bottom of the stairwell, where for decades students entered the dining room, embers were extinguished, only feet from where the shelves of the newly expanded library stood. The library's second and first floor experienced significant water and smoke damage. Only ashes remain of the books housed on the third floor. The collection of rare books on the third floor was a complete loss. The 21st Century Classroom, one of the first in Tennessee, was a computer facility equipped with the most current teaching software that gave Bryan education students and educators from around Tennessee Valley hands-on experience with the most recent innovations. All that's left is charred computers and furniture. The Hanna Technology Center was one of the most potent interactive computer-assisted teaching labs in the Southeast. Now, beneath its collapsed roof, only puddles of melted computers remain. The administration building was a huge facility. We never thought we would measure its size in terms of its utter destruction. But in the midst of these charred debris, with the sense of loss in the unknown financial challenges which lie ahead, we see God at work. Bryan is not about a building. It is about Christ above all. God has reminded us that educating students to become servants of Christ to make a difference in today's world does not depend on a place. It is a mission that extends far beyond the Bryan campus. And it is fueled by an energy and creativity that can only come from our Lord.
And the president of the college says he's also hurt, but not defeated by the fire.
Then we're just going to proceed and get this thing cleaned up and rebuilt and carry on.
Temporary offices crowded into Brock Hall below Rudd Auditorium were assembled within 48 hours of the fire, becoming the staging ground for the hard task of rebuilding. Modular classrooms rolled into the parking lot behind Rudd Auditorium.
A couple of days before the fire, I was standing near here teaching a class. That looks a lot different now, but these ashes don't bother us at all. The hardest part, of course, are the memories that are so much a part of Bryan College and this building. As you know, every generation of Bryan College has in one way or another been a part of this building. Many of you who are alums have had a hand in building this building. Many of you have memories of sleeping in this room as a dorm or having a class here. One alum talked about skating up and down the hallways. A lot of things happened in this building, but the memories aren't gone. They'll always be here. We're looking forward to the future, however, because I said the ashes don't bother us. The biblical perspective allows us to see God's hand even in tragedy, and we are looking forward to the future in rebuilding and expanding. And that's going to be very, very possible with your help, with your prayers and your giving. We're going to take all of these ashes and turn them into something beautiful.
Beauty from ashes. Not everyone understands this kind of hope. It's one of the paradoxes of our faith. With all the uncertainty that lies ahead, one thing is certain. At Bryan College, Christ will reign above all. Now more than ever, Bryan College needs your prayers and support. Our students and alumni share this vision.